Hey dumplings, it's Dave Decide. Today I want to get into Jimin and Jeongyeon from Twice and apparently what is going on with the two of them. I also want to get into HYBE and what happened with them this morning. This was pretty interesting. So, hate it or not, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. Grab your dumpling, tea spilling mug merch, and let's get into it. When I woke up this morning, like I sometimes do, I noticed that HYBE was trending sort of. It wasn't HYBE directly, but it was the hashtag no Lisa, no money. So if you aren't aware, HYBE and YG kind of joined forces a little while ago. I don't think HYBE owns YG or anything like that. I think they just have shares of each other's company. So they share connections and things like that, which is ultimately going to help YG artists get further and established in America because HYBE is really established here. HYBE owns or works with artists like Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande, so it was a very smart move, and obviously I think one of the main appeals for HYBE on why they wanted YG was Blackpink. Some of the stuff have been deleted, so I'm not entirely sure of every little detail, but allegedly there was a video that HYBE tweeted. I think it was about Blackpink's Learn Korean product. So BTS has this product as well. It's basically Learn Korean with your favorite idols. It comes with a pen where you can tap each member's photos, and then the pen plays the girls or boys saying their names or words in Korean. So if you're interested in learning Korean with them, it's a good idea. But BTS has the same product, obviously similar label, similar products. They're going to take inspiration off of each other. Now, I don't even want to hear they are copying each other. Now, I think it was the promo video for this Learn Korean with Blackpink product on the HYBE EDU page. They posted a little snippet and stuff to help you learn a little bit more Korean or anything like that. The account, channel, and the whole thing of what HYBE EDU is supposed to be is to help us learn Korean. So things you would see in a language textbook, just instead of these made-up characters in the textbook you don't care about, it's these idols that you like, and this makes it more likely we can learn more. So there was a moment where Jisoo had made some tteokbokki, which is like spicy noodles. It's actually rice cake, but you eat them kind of like noodles, and it has more of the consistency of noodles. And in this video, it was asking what Rosé's reaction was to Jisoo's spicy dish, and they showed Rosé eating, Jennie eating, and Lisa eating as well. And Rosé and Jennie looked like they were going to say something, which we were supposed to guess what it was. And Lisa did not say anything, but they did show her, which is important to note. Because when HYBE EDU's Twitter account tweeted the video and asked everyone following to guess or tweet what they believe Jennie and Rosé's reaction was, people were mad. No Lisa, no money started to trend, and very quickly. People were mad that not only was Lisa not mentioned in the tweet, but she was barely in the video. It's alleged that the tweet is deleted, but the video is still up. People were trying to tell HYBE that they were racist for excluding Lisa and not including her reaction or whatever. Lisa is not Korean, if you didn't know, and so the fandom is a bit more sensitive when it comes to instances where she is not involved in Korean stuff. And Lisa does face a bit of discrimination at times for being, I think, the first non-Korean K-pop idol to exist in YG. And as you can probably expect, right? Like if you are white in Korea, you probably can expect that people will look at you like a foreign thing, similar to being Asian in America. However, I don't think this Lisa thing is racist. I couldn't find a clip where Lisa's reaction existed. Like, I don't think it was cut out. I don't know if she even had a reaction for them to put in. Lisa loves spicy food, so it probably was just yum or whatever. But also, HYBE has no reason to be racist. They literally have people in their label of all different parts of the world, and even if Lisa was cut out, you can have a video without all of the members. What if it was a clip of Jennie speaking and teaching Korean? Then the comments or trend will be that YG or HYBE only loves Jennie and hates the other members. If they actually hated Lisa, then they just go ahead and ask her to leave Blackpink. And trending stuff like this never does anything. It's not like this is going to ruin HYBE or YG, and if it does ultimately do something, the something will hurt the girls. For example, if you choose to not buy this product, Blackpink will get less funding because the label is going to be like, they couldn't even sell those little Korean learning things. The CEO does not have time to be on Twitter to understand why the product didn't sell, or that it possibly was even an editor's mistake to quote-unquote exclude Lisa. The CEO just looks at the numbers, like the sales, and makes a decision on how much money to give the girls for their comeback, new products, or whatever. This hurts the girls, not the company. If the company can't make money selling Blackpink products, they just won't ever make Blackpink products again. Explain to me how this outrage helps. There's so much going on lately, it's crazy. JHope is also someone who I am thinking about a lot. He was diagnosed with COVID, and I definitely wanted to include a segment here in case I couldn't make a formal video. I just want to wish him well, and I know he will be okay. We have only one member left who hasn't gotten COVID, and I really wish it'll stay that way. Man, these times are weird. People not only were shocked with this news, but we're going back to older news and cute topics to discuss. One of the biggest members of K-pop and all that is Jimin and Jeongyeon. The two have had quote-unquote beef before, not actually formally or anything like that, but apparently they look at each other weirdly. So the boys get backlash for looking at a girl and then backlash at looking at a girl weirdly. One of the main quote-unquote evidence that I saw of this was when Twice and BTS were backstage doing an interview together. BTS was asked to sing Spring Day and Twice was kind of cheering along. Jeongyeon was kind of tacking along words, so the last word of the sentence BTS was singing of Spring Day, she was kind of saying that word out loud like an echo. People kept replaying the moment where after they finished singing, Jimin turns and glares at her, or what seems like a glare, and this became a thing where it was even categorized as one of the biggest mysteries of K-pop, which is the quote-unquote beef that the two have. I think Jimin was just more curious who was doing that and less of them actually not liking her or her input. Because it's odd for someone to sing and then the other person just stand there and does nothing. So Twice was kind of making themselves known and being supportive, and sometimes you're not aware of the faces you make. I have a serious case of RBF, so if you recorded me, I'm apparently mean to everyone. Now on this spectrum, people think there's beef and other moments where they don't mutually greet each other at award shows, or at least it appears like that they don't. People think that they hate each other, but there's this other side of the spectrum where literally people think that the two are actually dating or even married. There was even a moment where Jeongyeon had mentioned her name, but instead apparently added Park at the end, Jimin's last name. And her last name is Yoo, so it was definitely odd for her to allegedly say Park. People were saying maybe she was so used to saying Park privately that she accidentally said it publicly. But Park is a very common last name, and even if she actually said it, it doesn't mean it references Jimin, it just means it could have been the many men in Korea that have Park as the last name. And then other people like to bring up that Jeongyeon and Jimin are the only two people that Jimin has met girl-wise that have actually had real interactions. But I haven't actually seen them have a conversation publicly, so I don't know about that. But people brought up moments where interviews like Ellen or on the red carpet, someone mentioned who BTS is dating or whatever, and RM made a joke on Ellen that Jimin might have a girlfriend. And on the red carpet, made eye contact with Jimin when asked about a girlfriend. RM said Jimin on the Ellen show, probably because Jimin waved at someone in the audience and all the girls screamed. So it was like a joke, like maybe this guy, right? He's such a ladies' man. But then on the red carpet, he was more so surprised that someone asked him this question and just looked at the closest, most familiar person. We all do this when we talk. Something that was interesting was a Run BTS episode. By the way, if you want to watch some episodes with me, check out my Patreon, link below. It's one of their reality shows. I'm trying to react to more over there. I think this was episode 29, and they did a bit where we got to see Jimin and JHope's wardrobe. Now, in the wardrobe, we saw a Spirited Away doll. Spirited Away is a very popular anime that Jimin has expressed that he loves, even played one of the soundtracks on piano before. Some people have even said that Jeongyeon loves Spirited Away too and dresses up as the same doll. That maybe both of them even share the same interests together because they are together enjoying it, or maybe that she was even there. However, this is all speculation, and Spirited Away is very popular. It seems to always gain a new life every year. Like, I always see it, and I think there's a new movie, like a continuation, and it's just people fangirling over the original and new people who haven't seen it yet. So it constantly gains popularity. Of course, the boys are going to be in love with it. And quite honestly, we don't even know if it's Jimin's. Jimin could be holding it, it could be JHope's. The possibilities are endless. I think Jimin and Jeongyeon are friends. I don't think it's anything more than that or anything less than that. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link below. Thank you to this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.